Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're continuing our journey through Nepal. We are going outside of Kathmandu this time. If you haven't seen the iconic spots of Kathmandu, you can check them out here. Otherwise, today I have some very special places prepared. First of all, we went on a flight to Mount Everest. There are different possibilities to do that in Nepal. You can take a helicopter if you want to, or a flight. There are also possibilities to stop over at a base camp at Mount Everest, or you're doing like a round trip. So that's what we did. It was very beautiful. If you don't want to take the flight, there is another possibility to see the Himalaya, which I will show you here too. And another nice place is the city Lalitpur or Patan with its royal square. That is also very impressive. I hope you're excited. Let's go. For the flight to the Himalaya and Mount Everest, we had to wake up really early. I think it was like 4 or 5 a.m. when we had to wake up and head to the airport. The way itself was not very long to the airport from the Tamil area where we stayed, and we had like our own special queue just for our trip at the airport, so that the check-in went very quickly actually. Then we waited shortly at the airport, and then we were brought by a bus to the plane itself, which took just like a few minutes. It was super cold, by the way, and we took the Buddha airline, which seemed to me the safest option. And then we started right at the sunrise, which was very beautiful. We got this map with the whole Himalaya, with all the peaks of the mountains, and as you can see, Mount Everest has a different name here. It was very beautiful when we flew there. Every one of the passengers had their own seat with a window, so you didn't have to like lean over someone else. So everyone had its own Himalaya view, and also the stewardesses on board were always telling everyone personally where we are currently and which peak we are seeing currently. And then after some time we finally reached Mount Everest. Also, the way back was really stunning to me, because to see this whole mountain landscape covered partly with the clouds, which were like stuck between the mountains, and with the sunrise, and it was just really very, very beautiful, and I think very unique and a once-in-a-lifetime experience. If you do not want to take a flight to the Himalaya but still want to see them, I can recommend to go to the Chandragiri Hills. It's outside of Kathmandu but not too far. You can just take a taxi to go there, and there is a cable car, so you can just go by the cable car. The queue was extremely long, but our driver somehow sneaked us in at the very short queue. I don't know how he did it. Maybe it was a special queue. Anyhow, we didn't have to wait too long to get on the cable car. And from there you could see the Kathmandu Valley, which was very interesting and very beautiful to see. At the top is a Hindu temple which you can visit. I think some people were getting some blessings here, but also they were offering some flowers to the different gods. Unfortunately, I don't know much about the rituals, but it looked very, very beautiful. An interesting thing I noticed is that many people were going barefoot here. I guess that was for a spiritual purpose. And as mentioned before, from here you have a very wonderful view to the Himalaya and also some other very nice landscape views. Another place to visit outside of Kathmandu is Lalitpur. It's one of the 3 royal cities in Nepal besides Kathmandu and Bhaktapur. Here we also visited the Durbar Square, which is the royal square with the royal palace. For me, the most amazing were all the small tiny details at the entrances and just through the whole royal palace. By the way, here you can see all the different hand postures of gods, which you can see at some statues, and as I understood, they all have some kind of different meaning. But the most interesting thing for me was this courtyard, not just because of even more detailed works, but especially because of the king's bath that you can see here. As I understood, the king, when he was taking the bath, had to show respect to every god that was there, so it took a lot of time. I'm not really sure about this water reservoir, because we were told it's the queen's bath, but I think it was just a water tank for the royal palace. And here you see again the square with a temple in front of it. Actually, the whole complex was built in the 3rd century, but also rebuilt several times after that. You can also find a lot of wells and fountains here, and you still can see the effects of an earthquake from 2015 here, because many things haven't been restored until now, unfortunately. So you will still find many damages on houses and also some very important places here. Nonetheless, it's still very interesting to stroll through the small alleys at the Durbar Square in Lalitpur, and there is also even a market right in front of it, so you can buy some interesting stuff here. I hope you enjoyed this journey today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye!